Hello and welcome, and thank you for joining me. In my previous videos, we talked about how you can use loop and assignments in order to create some child records. In this example, we used quote line items and creating order lines using some assignments, and we basically created these records. Please check out the video if you are interested in knowing more details about this. But I wanted to talk about something else that is pretty exciting, and you may no longer need to use this whole setup right here. You can use transform element, and with the latest release as of recording this video, which is Spring 25, is here, and with additional capabilities in the transform element. So I just wanted to talk about that and see if that will solve the use case for not having to use this. So I'm just going to keep my flow as is, and I'm just going to introduce a transform over here. So instead of using loop, I'm just going to use transform. We still need to create order. Check out the other video for that. But let's just say I'm going to use a transform and map quote line to order. So basically what we're going to do is use the quote line information to create the order items. Source data here is going to be quote lines from the query. So we already have that collection. This is a collection record. And for target, we can create a new resource called record and allow multiple collection. And I'm going to use order item, order product. So that's going to be my target because that's what I want to create. And then it took me some time to figure out how to link them. But in order to link them together, what you need to do is click on the thing that you want to map. So for example, I want to use price book entry ID. So click on that, and then you can automatically see all the things that can be mapped to that is automatically getting like populated. Then you have to click on the thing that you want this to map to. So click on that, and then that makes the linkage. For product 2 ID, I'm going to do that and click on here. Quantity, I can do something like this. So it works really well for one-to-one mapping. I'm not sure how you can add like a transformation. So maybe you wanted to do some calculation for mapping. I'm not sure if that's possible, or I'm just figuring that out. However, you can do something else. So you don't have to use all the things from this object in order to map here. Let's say in this case, right, I have order line, and I want to obviously populate the order ID, which is the parent of order line. I don't have that in this collection. So what I can also do is collapse that and create a new source data. So now I'm going to create a new source. This time I'm going to use my existing order ID. So when I created my order, I created a order ID variable. So that is this var order ID. So I can just put that here. And then what I can do is click on that again and then add here for order ID like that. There's definitely more flexibility in the source data, and you can use different types of resources and then map it to the target that you're looking for. Just going to save this as a new version. Now I'm going to go to my create, and instead of creating the record that I was using before, here I want to use this order products from map quote line to order line. This is what I listed my transform, and if you hover over this, you can see that this is a collection and the record type is order item. So that is what I want to create, and this is a multiple, and that is pretty much it. Save that, and we're just going to run a debug. Let's use an existing code. I'm going to skip start conditions so that it triggers. Run. I missed unit price, which is fine. We can just go back and edit the flow. On the transform, we also need to update the unit price. I'm going to click on this unit price and click here to map them together. Save it. Skip this condition. Same thing. Run. And it looks like it is ready to create the order line. So I'm expecting 2 order lines, which is great. This is what it's showing. And really interesting thing to see here is the JSON. So if you're not familiar with JSON format, it's actually really easy to read. So as you can see, I have some quote lines that got transformed into order. So it is actually showing me the target data. If you come here, you can see the source data. Source data for the order ID was 801. So this is the order that I got created. And then for the query line, here is my source data for that. So this is the query for all the quote lines. Sorry, there's some background noise. I'm not sure if you can hear that. And then once it's capturing everything, mapping it, and then this is the target. The fact that there's a square bracket indicates that this is a collection, and all these curly brackets are like one row in that collection. So this is one row, this is another row. I really like that. It looks very clean, much cleaner than the collection and looping and assignment. So this actually worked out really well for this. I can imagine there might be scenarios where you would want to add some transformation, and that's when you may want to still use assignments for those, or create separate resources to then map it to the target. But yeah, I'm very excited to see Transform. It actually works very similar to if you were to use an ETL tool or any integration tools, and they have usually some inbuilt transformation. So I'm hoping to see more and more features added to this Transform, and that will make creation of flows and creation of related records so much easier. I hope you found that useful. It was definitely fun for me to try this feature out. Let me know if you have any questions, or if you were able to use it for any use case. And if you know something that I don't know, please also share that in the comment. Thank you so much for watching.